Have you ever looked at someone else's pepper plants and wondered why theirs are covered with peppers, while yours only produce a handful? The truth is, it's usually not luck. Most pepper plants are capable of producing 2, 3, or even 5 times more peppers than they do in the average home garden. The difference comes down to a few simple techniques that many gardeners never learn. In this complete guide, I'll show you exactly how to grow healthier plants, stronger roots, and bigger harvests. We'll cover everything from choosing the right variety and preparing the soil, to watering, feeding, pollinating, and harvesting for months. And stay with me until the end, because I'll also reveal the biggest mistakes that quietly reduce pepper harvests year after year. Let's get started. Step 1. Choose the right pepper variety. Before you plant anything, decide what kind of harvest you want. If your goal is maximum production, smaller fruited peppers like jalapeños, serranos, Thai chilies, shishitos, and many cayenne varieties are excellent choices because they naturally produce fruit continuously throughout the season. If you prefer larger peppers for stuffing, grilling, or salads, bell peppers are a fantastic option. They usually produce fewer fruits than smaller varieties, but each pepper is much larger. Also consider your climate. If you have a shorter growing season, choose early maturing varieties that produce in about 60 to 75 days. If you live in a region with a long, warm summer, you can successfully grow almost any pepper variety. Starting with healthy seeds or vigorous nursery plants gives you a huge advantage before the season even begins. Quick favor before we continue. If you're enjoying this guide so far, take a second to subscribe to Grow Food Smarter. Every week, I share practical gardening tips that help you grow more food with less effort, and subscribing helps this channel reach more gardeners who want bigger harvests. Now let's make sure your peppers get the best possible start. Step 2. Give peppers what they love most: warmth. One of the biggest mistakes gardeners make is planting peppers too early. Peppers thrive in warm conditions. Cold soil slows root growth, delays flowering, and can leave young plants struggling for weeks. Wait until all danger of frost has passed and nighttime temperatures stay consistently above 55 degrees Fahrenheit, or 13 degrees Celsius. The soil should feel warm to the touch. A pepper planted into warm soil often grows faster and becomes much more productive than one planted weeks earlier into cold ground. Patience at the beginning of the season usually leads to a much bigger harvest later. Step 3. Start with strong seedlings. Whether you grow peppers from seed or buy young plants, healthy seedlings make all the difference. Look for plants with thick stems, deep green leaves, compact growth, and no yellowing or insect damage. Many gardeners think seedlings already covered in flowers are the best choice. Surprisingly, they often aren't. If a very young plant begins flowering too early, much of its energy goes into producing those flowers instead of developing a strong root system. Removing the first blossoms may feel difficult, but it encourages the plant to build stronger roots and sturdier growth, which usually leads to a much larger harvest later in the season. Step 4. Give peppers plenty of sunlight. Peppers love sunshine. For the best harvest, aim for at least 8 hours of direct sunlight every day. 6 hours can still produce a decent crop, but more sunlight generally means more flowers and more peppers. When peppers grow in too much shade, they often become tall and leafy, while producing very little fruit. Think of sunlight as the fuel that powers your entire harvest. Step 5. Build healthy soil before you plant. The real secret to productive pepper plants begins underground. Pepper roots grow best in loose, fertile soil that drains well while holding enough moisture for steady growth. Before planting, mix compost or well-rotted manure into the soil. Organic matter improves drainage, encourages beneficial microbes, helps retain moisture, and slowly releases nutrients throughout the season. If you're growing peppers in containers, use a high-quality potting mix rather than ordinary garden soil. Garden soil becomes compacted in pots and restricts healthy root development. Healthy roots almost always produce healthier plants. Step 6. Don't ignore soil pH. Experienced gardeners often check one thing before planting: soil pH. Peppers absorb nutrients most efficiently when the soil pH is between 6.0 and 6.8. Even nutrient-rich soil won't help much if the pH prevents the roots from accessing those nutrients. A simple soil test can save weeks of frustration and help you correct problems before they affect your plants. Step 7. Give each plant enough space. It's tempting to squeeze as many pepper plants as possible into a small garden, but overcrowding usually leads to weaker plants. When plants are too close together, they compete for sunlight, water, nutrients, and airflow. Poor air circulation also increases the risk of fungal diseases. Most pepper plants perform best when spaced about 18 to 24 inches apart, with rows 24 to 36 inches apart. That extra space allows sunlight to reach more leaves, improves airflow, and makes harvesting much easier. Sometimes fewer plants actually produce a larger overall harvest because each plant has room to thrive. Step 8. Plant at the correct depth. Here's an easy mistake to avoid. Unlike tomatoes, pepper plants should generally be planted at the same depth they were growing in their nursery container. Planting them too deeply can increase the risk of stem rot, especially in cool or poorly drained soil. After placing the plant into the hole, gently firm the soil around the roots and water thoroughly to remove air pockets. This helps the roots settle quickly and reduces transplant shock. Those first few weeks determine how productive your pepper plants will be for the rest of the season. Get these early steps right, and you've already given your peppers a huge advantage. Those first few weeks lay the foundation for a great harvest. Now it's time to focus on the care that keeps your pepper plants healthy, productive, and loaded with fruit all season long. Let's begin with one of the biggest mistakes gardeners make. Step 9. Water deeply. Not every day. Many people think pepper plants need water every single day. In reality, peppers grow best when they're watered deeply and then allowed to dry slightly before the next watering. Frequent shallow watering encourages roots to stay near the soil surface, where they dry out quickly during hot weather. Deep watering encourages roots to grow farther down, making the plant stronger and more drought-tolerant. As a general rule, peppers need about 1 to 2 inches of water per week, including rainfall. During very hot weather, or when they're growing in containers, they may need water more often. Instead of watering on a schedule, check the soil. Push your finger about 2 inches into the ground. If it feels dry at that depth, it's time to water. Always water at the base of the plant rather than soaking the leaves. Wet foliage can encourage fungal diseases, especially in humid weather. Early morning is the best time to water because the leaves have plenty of time to dry before evening. Step 10. Mulch for bigger harvests. If there's one simple trick that can save you time while helping your peppers grow better, it's mulch. Spread a 2 to 3 inch layer of organic mulch around each plant, using materials like straw, shredded leaves, untreated grass clippings, or fine wood chips. Mulch keeps the soil cooler during hot afternoons, slows evaporation, reduces weeds, and helps maintain consistent moisture. It also protects pepper roots, which grow surprisingly close to the soil surface. Just remember to leave a small gap around the stem so moisture doesn't sit directly against the plant. Step 11. Feed the right nutrients at the right time. One of the most common reasons pepper plants grow lots of leaves but very few peppers is using the wrong fertilizer. Early in the season, when the plant is growing stems and leaves, a balanced fertilizer works well. But once flower buds begin to appear, it's time to reduce nitrogen and switch to a fertilizer that's higher in phosphorus and potassium. Too much nitrogen tells the plant to keep producing leaves instead of fruit. Think of it this way. Nitrogen grows the plant. Phosphorus supports flowering. Potassium helps produce larger, healthier peppers. Feed lightly every few weeks according to the product label. More fertilizer does not mean more peppers. In fact, overfeeding often creates lush green plants with disappointing harvests. Step 12. Why flowers drop without producing peppers. One of the most frustrating moments for any gardener is seeing beautiful flowers fall off the plant. This is called blossom drop, and it's surprisingly common. The biggest causes are temperature stress, inconsistent watering, and poor pollination. Pepper plants produce pollen best when daytime temperatures are warm but not extreme, and nighttime temperatures stay comfortably above cool levels. Long periods of intense heat can make pollen less effective, while cool nights may also interfere with fruit set. Keeping the soil evenly moist and using mulch to reduce temperature swings helps your plants handle stressful weather much better. Before we move on, if you're finding these tips helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. It helps YouTube recommend Grow Food Smarter to more gardeners, and it lets me know you're enjoying this kind of content. Now let's look at a few simple techniques that can dramatically improve your harvest. Step 13. Help nature pollinate your peppers. Although peppers are self-pollinating, they still benefit from movement. Outdoors, wind and insects naturally shake the flowers. Inside greenhouses or in very still weather, pollination may be weaker. Every few days, gently shake the plant or lightly tap the flower stems. You can also use a small, soft paintbrush or an electric toothbrush held near the flower for a few seconds to vibrate the pollen loose. It only takes a minute, but it can noticeably increase fruit production. Step 14. Should you prune pepper plants? This is one of the most debated topics among gardeners. The truth is, light pruning can help, but heavy pruning usually doesn't. Remove any yellow, damaged, or diseased leaves as soon as you notice them. If branches are touching the soil, trim those as well to reduce disease. Some gardeners also remove a few of the lowest leaves to improve airflow around the base of the plant. However, avoid removing large amounts of healthy foliage. Those leaves act like solar panels, producing the energy needed to grow peppers. A healthy, leafy plant usually produces more fruit than one that's been heavily pruned. Step 15. Support heavy plants before they fall. Pepper plants often look sturdy early in the season. Then suddenly they become loaded with fruit. Heavy branches can snap without warning, especially after rain or strong winds. Place stakes or tomato cages around your plants early, before they become too large. Soft garden ties or strips of cloth work well for securing branches without damaging them. Supporting the plant also keeps peppers off the ground, improves air circulation, and reduces disease. Step 16. Watch for pests before they become a problem. Healthy pepper plants attract plenty of attention from insects. The most common pests include aphids, whiteflies, spider mites, flea beetles, and hornworms. The key is catching them early. Inspect both the tops and undersides of leaves every few days. A strong spray of water can remove many soft-bodied insects. For heavier infestations, insecticidal soap or neem oil can be effective when used according to the label. Encouraging beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings also helps keep pest populations under control naturally. Remember, a few insects are normal. The goal isn't a perfectly bug-free garden. It's keeping pests below damaging levels. Step 17. Prevent diseases before they start. Most pepper diseases spread when leaves stay wet for long periods or when airflow is poor. Simple habits make a huge difference. Water at the base of the plant. Avoid overcrowding. Remove diseased leaves promptly. Rotate where you grow peppers each year instead of planting them in the exact same spot season after season. Healthy soil, proper spacing, and good airflow are often more effective than trying to treat diseases after they appear. At this point, your pepper plants have everything they need to grow strong and stay productive. But there's still one final stage that separates average gardeners from those who harvest baskets full of peppers. By now, you've given your pepper plants everything they need to grow strong and healthy. Now let's make sure they reward you with the biggest harvest possible. Step 18. Harvest often for even more peppers. Here's a simple trick that many experienced gardeners use. Don't leave mature peppers sitting on the plant for weeks. When peppers stay on the plant too long, the plant assumes its job is done and begins slowing down flower production. Picking peppers regularly sends the opposite message. It encourages the plant to keep producing new flowers and more fruit. Use clean pruning shears or scissors to cut peppers from the plant instead of pulling them off by hand. Pulling can snap branches or damage the stem, especially when the plant is loaded with fruit. The more consistently you harvest, the longer your pepper plants usually continue producing. Step 19. Know when to harvest. One question new gardeners ask all the time is, should I pick peppers while they're green or wait until they change color? The answer depends on what you want. Green peppers are fully edible and can be harvested earlier, which often encourages the plant to produce another round of fruit more quickly. If you leave peppers on the plant longer, they'll usually ripen into red, yellow, orange, purple, or chocolate colors, depending on the variety. Fully ripened peppers are often sweeter, richer in flavor, and contain more vitamin C and antioxidants. There's no wrong choice. Harvest green if you want maximum production, or let some ripen fully if you prefer the best flavor and color. Many gardeners do both throughout the season. Step 20. Keep feeding during the harvest season. A pepper plant loaded with fruit is working hard every day. That means it still needs nutrients. Continue feeding lightly with a fertilizer that supports flowering and fruit production every few weeks, following the product instructions. Avoid switching back to high nitrogen fertilizers late in the season. Too much nitrogen at this stage encourages fresh leafy growth instead of producing more peppers. Healthy feeding keeps the harvest going for weeks, or even months. Step 21. Protect your plants during extreme heat. Many people think peppers love endless heat. They do enjoy warm weather, but extreme temperatures can cause flowers to drop before they develop into fruit. If your area experiences long periods of intense summer heat, your plants may benefit from some afternoon shade. A shade cloth that blocks about 30% of sunlight can help reduce heat stress while still allowing enough light for healthy growth. Keeping the soil evenly moist and maintaining a layer of mulch also helps roots stay cooler during heat waves. Sometimes protecting plants from the hottest part of the day is all it takes to keep peppers forming. Step 22. Extend your harvest into fall. Don't let the end of summer fool you. Pepper plants often continue producing well into autumn if they're protected from cold weather. Watch your local forecast as temperatures begin to cool. If chilly nights are expected, cover plants in the evening with frost cloth, row covers, or even old bed sheets. Then remove the covers once the morning warms up. Container-grown peppers have an even bigger advantage. Simply move them to a sunny, sheltered location when cold weather approaches. These simple steps can give you several extra weeks of harvesting. Step 23. Overwinter your best pepper plants. Here's something many gardeners don't realize. Peppers are actually perennial plants in warm climates. That means they can live for several years if protected from freezing temperatures. If you have a favorite pepper plant that's especially productive, don't throw it away at the end of the season. For container plants, move them indoors before the first frost and place them near a bright window or under grow lights. Water much less during winter because the plant will grow more slowly. When spring returns, gradually move the plant back outdoors after the weather warms. An overwintered pepper often starts producing much earlier than a brand new seedling. Before we finish, let's quickly review the mistakes that cost gardeners the most peppers. Planting too early in cold soil, growing peppers where they don't receive enough direct sunlight, watering a little every day instead of watering deeply, using too much nitrogen after flowering begins, crowding plants too close together, ignoring pests until they become severe, leaving ripe peppers on the plant for too long, forgetting to support heavy branches before they break, allowing weeds to compete for water and nutrients. Avoid these common mistakes, and you're already well on your way to a healthier, more productive pepper garden. Growing an incredible pepper harvest isn't about luck. It's about understanding what pepper plants need at each stage of their life. Give them warm soil, plenty of sunshine, healthy roots, consistent watering, balanced feeding, good airflow, and regular harvesting, and they'll reward you with an abundance of peppers all season long. Even if you're new to gardening, these simple techniques can dramatically improve your results. Before you go, if you found this guide helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Grow Food Smarter for practical gardening tips that help you grow healthier plants and harvest more food. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. What's your favorite pepper to grow, and what's the biggest challenge you've faced while growing peppers? And if you want to grow an even more productive vegetable garden, don't miss our complete guides on tomatoes, garlic, onions, and sweet potatoes. Those videos are packed with practical tips that work perfectly alongside everything you've learned today. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, grow smarter, harvest more, and I'll see you in the next video.